SEO is not going to solve the problems that you have in your business, but there is something that will. Let's talk about it. So, a lot of times we're obsessed with search engine optimization. We're obsessed with getting our phone to ring because what? Revenue, sales is oxygen to a company. We need service calls. We need opportunities. We need our phone to ring. We need customers, right? And a lot of times we believe that SEO is it, but it's really only a very, very small part of the story. But there's something that I've learned in owning my HVAC business that really changes things, changes the game. Let's talk about it. It's called persuasion, conversion, copywriting. Okay. And this is what's often missed. Think about your website, right? Every time I'm in a Facebook group, I'm in several of these HVAC Facebook groups, and people will ask about what's a good website company because they'll leave one and then leave another and not getting calls. And there's just this confusion about how to get the phone to ring. So let's talk about what SEO is and why it doesn't work, and why if you pair it with something else, which we're going to talk about in a minute, you can get your phone to ring a lot more. So search engine optimization, it does one thing, right? It gets people to your website. Do you care as an HVAC business owner if somebody gets on your website? Not really. What you care about is, do people call you? So what if you got 100,000 people on your website this month? Do you care about that if nobody calls you? What if you got 100 people on your website and out of those 100, 30 people called you? You'd rather take the 100 visitors with 30 phone calls than 10,000 visitors with no phone calls, right? So it's almost like being in the dating pool, right? If you're on one of those dating apps and you put a profile out because, you say, hey, I'm single, I want to get married, so I'm going to go on one of these dating apps, and 100 women landed on your profile and none of them clicked through. I've never been on a dating site before, so I don't know if they clicked through or what, but let's say 100 women go on your profile and they swipe left or they swipe right or whatever. They don't click on you. They go choose someone else. And then the dating app says, well, 100 people landed on your site, so you should be happy. You're not happy. Nobody clicked on you. Nobody chose you. If that was the case, then that would prove that getting people onto your profile wasn't the problem, but getting those people to choose you was the problem. So that's when you try to figure out what to do after they land there. And that is in our power as HVAC business owners. So let's talk about the first thing to get people to choose us once they land on our site. And this is overlooked. This is called copywriting, persuasive copy, right? Because a lot of times what website companies will do is they'll put keywords in there, things that people are searching for: HVAC business in Toronto, plumbing in Toronto, plumbing in Arizona, whatever, HVAC in Texas. They'll jam that with those keywords, those keyword phrases to get people there. But then when you read that homepage, it doesn't make you want to buy, right? What makes people want to buy? A story, right? A company without a story is a commodity. A commodity is something you can get anywhere and it's all the same, right? Toilet paper is a commodity. Do you care which toilet paper you use? Well, you might say, I want it soft. Well, there's a lot of soft brands. You have to have a story. So if someone lands on your website, they're looking for a couple things, right? They're looking for, who are you? People buy off of emotions. People buy because they want to buy. They don't buy because you want them to buy. So what makes them want to buy? Safety, comfort, a connection, a personal connection to something. So your story should be on there, right? Your reviews, obviously, reviews should be on there. Well, reviews are usually on the Google profile, but we don't often put them dead front and center on the website. Why not? That's one of the biggest, most converting things. They need to be there, and they need to be not where you have to scroll to find them. They need to be right there on the top. Boom. If you go on my website, you see a big word that says over 800 5-star reviews, and they're right there. It's one of the first things you see when you land on the website. Why? Because that is persuasive. Now, if you're not a writer, don't worry about it. It's okay, because guess what? We have ChatGPT. And this is what you can do. There are people who have made their entire careers and have even become famous in writing in a way to get people to buy, to get people to connect, to get people to continue reading, right? And ChatGPT can mimic those people's styles. For example, there's a man named David Ogilvy. There's another one named Joseph Sugarman. You can literally go on ChatGPT, write everything about your company and say, write something for my homepage. If you type something in like, write this in the style of Joseph Sugarman or write this in the style of David Ogilvy, and you tell ChatGPT that your goal is to get people to convert on the website, then you can get really good copywriting, right? These are people who have made a career in getting people to convert. And that's what you want. And a lot of times that's what's forgotten on websites. If you think about it, okay, I said if a company does not have a story or if a brand does not have a story, it's a commodity. I want you to put your homeowner hat on, put your customer hat on, search for HVAC companies. Don't be biased on yours, right? And see what would make you buy. Go to all the HVAC company websites in your town, right? Typically the big ones, that's your big competition, or the ones that you know that you quote against all the time. When you go to houses and they have 3 quotes, you should be asking if they have other quotes, and you should be asking what companies they are so you know who you're quoting against every time, right? Typically you're quoting against the same 3 or 4 companies over and over, right? So go on those websites, put your homeowner hat on and say, would this make me want to call this company? And this is what you're going to notice is 9 times out of 10, they all say the same thing you say. Because you say, well, I'm putting my story forward. I'm putting my best foot forward. If your website only says reliable service, quality company, reliability, we have a lot of reviews, then guess what? You're the same as every other company. I guarantee you go to all those websites, you're all going to be the same. So why should I call you? Why? And there's a couple things that you can do. So we talked about copywriting. Number 2, friction. How hard is it instantly, if I'm on the site, to call you or connect? Because remember, people love convenience. Convenience is very powerful. You can get a big box of Snicker bars at Walmart for a couple dollars, or you can get one Snicker bar at a gas station for $1.50, but people do it all the time. Why? It's right there. It's convenient. I want it now. It's right there. It's 10 times the price, and they'll do it. So if you can remove friction, then you can get more conversions. What does that mean? That online booking should be seamless. It should be easy. The online booking should be completely seamless. It should be right there. The things that they choose should be easy. You shouldn't have 1,000 things inside your online booking. You should have maybe 5, a maintenance, AC or heat not working. I wouldn't name something on your online booking service call or diagnostic or something. It should just be something simple. AC doesn't work. Heat doesn't work, right? Something like that. And you can put diagnostic under that, somewhere near there. You want to have your other simple things, estimate on there. Just make it easy. It's not difficult. Make sure your online booking works. Make sure it's front and center. Make sure your phone number is there, right? And we could get into tracking numbers later, but that's more of a marketing thing. So if we reduce friction, if the website is easy, and hopefully you're not making your own website. If you're a web designer, you have some kind of past history as a web designer, good. But other than that, if you're trying to save money by doing it yourself, the user experience and the beauty of the website matters. Psychologically, people will click off really, 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 really quickly. All right, let's talk about something else, right? Pop-ups. Now, this is going to be controversial, but pop-ups are very, very powerful. We were all remember back in the day, and even today, if you're in retail, if you go on JCPenney's website or Kohl's or anything like that, there's going to be a pop-up that says, do you want 10% off your next whatever? And it'll collect the email and everything. It does 2 things. One, it stops them in their tracks, right? So they're just going on websites, they're scrolling, whatever, boom, oh, there's a 10% coupon. Yes, I want it. Boom, they want to buy that. The second thing it does is it builds up your customer list. How active are you? If you're honest, How active are you in building your list? Do you do things actively to say, okay, this is my marketing campaign, this is my hiring funnel, this is my building list campaign, right? A pop-up collects those emails where even if they don't buy from you, you got their email. Think about the last time your web company showed you how many visitors were on your site in 1 month, in June or May. Was it 2,000, 3,000, 1,500? Out of those 1,500, how many calls did you get? Maybe 1%, maybe 2%. That's a good conversion rate. So out of 1,500 visitors, 10% is 150, right? 1% is 15. So you got 15 calls. But what if you could get 200 emails? What if people, maybe they don't call you, but they can give you the email address? Now you're building your list. A good way to build a list is a home show, right? So this is a different topic. We'll get right back on websites. But if you go to a home show, people say, well, I don't get anyone to use me from home shows, so I don't do them anymore. What if you just have a list, a contest or something there, and people can put their name and email in exchange to be able to throw that ball in a cup or something like that and maybe win $10 or win a free service call or something like that? You might get 500 or 600 customers per home show. Now you're building your list. And this is why I talk about building the list, right? So let's get back on topic. When I'm coaching businesses in my coaching program, I have an HVAC business coaching program. The average company has around 1,000 customers, a list of 1,000 to 1,500 customers. And that's not enough when you're talking about the slow season, because in the slow season, what do we typically do? We start emailing the customers. We start sending a text message blast to try to put jobs on the schedule. Now, when you have 1,000 or 1,500, it's hard to not text all of them, right? So you're almost texting all of them in every slow season. And every time you get slow, you're putting out a message because you have a small amount. What if you have 10,000 customers in your customer list, people in your town? When you have a slow week, you can message 800 of them, right? You still have another 9,000 people you didn't message. So when it gets slow again in a couple weeks, you can message a separate 800. So you're not always hitting up the same people over and over. This is what I do in my company. When we have a slow week or a slow 2 weeks, I'll pick 400 people a week and I'll send them. And then the next week, another 400, right? And I hit them multiple times. I talk about this in my text message marketing course that we have inside of our coaching program. Side note, in our program, a lot of these videos, I'll go in depth more and we turn them into a course, and everyone that's in the coaching program has access to these online courses. And right now we have a pricing course, we have a sales course, we have a text message marketing course, we have a social media course. So I go more in depth in those. Those are, anyone in the program is available to watch those. So you're never going to text them one time. So I'll message 400 people in 1 week and I will text them multiple times that week. But guess what? A month goes by and I run a new special. Those people that got texted, they're not getting texted again. I can text a different group because I spend time throughout the year building that list out. So you need to have an active campaign building that list. And that's what a pop-up can do. A pop-up can give them a discount, and at least you're exchanging information. You're getting their information. Think about it like this. You go to a business networking meeting and someone asks you for your card. You give them your card. Now you're just hoping that they call you. You're hoping they don't lose your card. You're hoping all of these things. But if you say, hey, I'll take your card too, now you have their card. Now, how much more power do you have, right? It's the same thing if we go back to the dating world. Someone gets your number. You're hoping they don't lose the number. But what if you get their number? Now you are in a better position because you can reach out. So pop-ups are a way to get people to exchange information. There's another way, this one is a little bit more conventional, is a chat bot on the website. Every website needs a chat bot, all of them, because people are less and less wanting to call. We still have the baby boomers, they still want to call, but we have a large group of people, especially after the pandemic, that are used to the online booking and chatting on the website. They don't want to call, they want to do it themselves. So a chatbot, what it can do is, we don't just want the chatbot to talk to the person and get them to call. or get them to book online. We want the chatbot to have a form, right? When that chat GPT is powering that bot and it's AI and it's communicating and it comes to the point to where the person wants to schedule an appointment, it can say, hey, just give me your information and I'll have someone reach out to you. And most chatbots will text you. So the one I have on my website, when someone fills out that form, it'll text the office manager, the person's first name, last name, email address. She puts that in the system, that builds a list, and then she can call them right away. If they don't book, we have their information, right? So the list gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that list is very powerful. Now, also in our coaching program, it comes with a free chatbot. It's just a bonus. It's something extra that we wanted to give, and it's automated, and you can program it and put it on your website. It's no extra cost. So, all right, so chatbot is another way. So you see where I'm going with this website thing. It's not just about getting people there. That is the goal of the marketing company. And this is why sometimes us HVAC owners go back and forth with companies, because we don't understand which role is which. The website company's job is to get people to the website, and also some other things, because they need to make the website for conversion. But unfortunately, a lot of web companies, they're not in the persuasive field. They're not copywriters. And a good number of them will not spend the extra money to build the website and then pay a copywriter for the proper wording and then to put it on your site. So that lands on you. It lands on you to change those words. And when you change them, you have to leave the keywords in there. You have to leave all the SEO stuff on there. But you have to put it in a way to where if someone lands on there, they want to call you, right? So action items, all right? So let's go back and let's kind of sum this up. Number one, search engine optimization is not there alone. That gets people on the site. You need to make the writing on the website persuasive, and you can do that by using ChatGPT, telling it everything about your company and say, put this in the style of, and then just name your favorite copywriter, or tell ChatGPT to model a certain copywriter. I like Joseph Sugarman. I like David Ogilvy, all right? So you're going to put that on there. You're going to write that right on your homepage. So people land there, they read your story, they fall in love with you as a company, they convert really quickly. Number two, think about pop-ups. Pop-ups are powerful. They stop you from scrolling and they give you something instant. And it gives you an opportunity to get customer information in order to build your list. The third thing is a chatbot. And like I said, a chatbot comes in our coaching program for free. I give it to you. A chatbot can go back and forth with the customer, which is also something that can stop them from scrolling because it's talking to them, and have that chatbot put a form up when it's time to book so you can get that customer information and you can contact them. All right. I hope this helps you. I hope you can level up your website. Share this with your web company person. Share this with whoever helps run your business. If you have any questions, you guys know where to find me. Thanks for watching.